This episode of An Unexpected Podcast is brought to you by
The Smiths. Thank you. Hello, friends, and welcome to An Unexpected Podcast. I'm Ez.
And I'm Lottie.
And we're talking Tolkien.
We're coming to you from the... Wait, today we're not coming from the North Farthing. Today we're coming from the Shire in the beautiful state of Ohio.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, friends, so this week we are turning it over to Old Trotter himself as we continue our discussion on the Hobbit movies. We're going to have that here in just a bit. But before we get to all that, sweetie, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm working on my art skills. I have been working on my art skills for, I want to say 1.5 weeks now. I mean, I started it in February. I've been wanting to do it for so long, but I really started learning step by step, following tutorials since last week, and it's been, sorry, you want to say something? It's been so much fun. Yes.
All I wanted to say, and I don't mean to interrupt, is that they're wonderful. You're actually doing different styles of art. So you're doing some 3D stuff. You've been doing sketches. You've been doing a lot of different types of things. And you made a donut, and you've been working on a donut for like the last couple weeks. I'm not even going to lie to you. I got to hit the gym next week hard because you've been drawing all those donuts, and I've been consuming more. We pulled in to get coffee the other day, and I was just like, yeah, the donut. Should we get a donut too? And you're like, well, you know, if you want one, you can get one. And then I'm just sort of like, oh, okay, so it's just me.
I know. Every day I'm working on it. I get hungry for donuts too.
It's crazy. It has a nice pink frosting on it. It's got some sprinkles and everything. Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure some of you guys who are listening and who are into like art skills and 3D art, you know exactly what we're talking about right now because it's a very popular tutorial. And if you've been Blender Guru.
Yeah. So you've been working in the Blender program. Yeah. And I was talking. So it's pretty neat. Just so sometimes I share with other friends and family or students, that you are working on art stuff, and it's really cool. Like people, I don't know, there's so much in that program that I'm like, you showed it to me the other day. I was like, looks like an absolute foreign language to me, and I have no idea what's going on in there, but it's beautiful and it's fun, and I think you're learning something. When I remember when I first started figuring out podcasting, looking up like microphones and all that kind of stuff. I spent a whole week on one of my spring breaks, and I started on like a Sunday. I took my Saturday off. Sunday to Sunday, I worked for 7 days. Yeah. And wow. I just to figure it out, just to learn. And it's really good. If you're really passionate about something and you're really into it, I feel like that's get after it. You know what I mean? Like just go for it.
It's so exciting to learn a new skill, but it's also very intimidating, especially if it's so close to your heart, Yeah. And it as an artist, once you put something out there, you always feel like your baby is vulnerable,
Yeah. I think Lane has talked a lot of times about that because Lane is a wonderful artist. I mean, you guys know this. I mean, our tees, and by the way, go check out our link is over on Instagram. We have all these all of the t-shirt designs are over there, which is they're hilarious. But he's done sketches and different cartoon things, landscapes, paintings, and stuff. And I know he said before, it's tough, and just like you said, like sometimes you're putting it out there, and what are people going to say? What are they going to think about it? So. And there's different types of art forms because here I am stumbling over my words, and I'm trying to put something out there in terms of a podcast.
It's an art form.
You open yourself up for, I don't know. I got a comment somewhere on one of my projects, and I don't know when this was, months back, but it was something that I said probably 3 years ago. It was something that it wasn't anything wrong or inappropriate or anything like that. I try to keep everything real PG. That's being a teacher and everything. It's just what I do. But it was something I got wrong. You know what I mean? I can't even remember it. Yeah. I don't even remember the conversation. Yeah. I'm like, I said that? Where? When? Give me a timestamp. I don't. And I'm not that I even want to go back and look. But it's so funny because you do put yourself out there, and I talk for so long. Lynn and I talk for 2.5 hours to the point where we're silly. We're like silly. I absolutely just don't even know what's going on anymore. Yeah. But yeah, it's. I get what you're saying though. It's like you work on it. You're passionate about it, and then also like, oh, hey, I'm gonna ease this out there. Look, I'm doing something, trying to, do something fun. So
yeah, and you got to give yourself the time. And I think it's a good thing that you overcame that fear and I'm overcoming that fear, because otherwise, there's so many people who reach out to you, and thank you, you guys, you and Lane, for what you do, your art of podcasting, and if you, from the beginning you were like, no, I don't think it's good, I'm afraid to put it out there, no one would have listened to you because you never put it out there. So
it is crazy that one day we decided to make a podcast. Like Lane and I said, we said, hey, one day we're going to do this. We got the old name game going. We said, well, we'll eventually start it. And what's funny is the first 3 years, there really is no podcast. We haven't quite come up with a name yet the whole time. And then at one point we settled on a name.
But I love it. And that's, honestly, that is like magic to me, that we as humans, we can imagine something that's just on our minds.
Yeah.
And then we can bring it to life. In what form, we need tools for that. Yeah. But the best way we can, and we get better at it. We get better at expressing ourselves. And actually that shouldn't be really negotiable,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, hold on. There's some things, you need to be careful about. And, you need to be aware of what your message is or what you're putting out there.
Oh,
definitely.
okay, yeah.
But I mean, in terms of, is this good enough or not? That's how you express yourself. So it should be. It should be.
Yeah, no, I think, and I love when people are themselves, and I like seeing different types of, as you're learning something, you mimic a lot, but then at the same time you kind of evolve it, you make it your own and all those different things. But then all of us as people, I mean, gosh, I was thinking about Star Wars Celebration, which is coming up here, and just going and seeing people who are cosplaying, doing their thing, or just being themselves, who made R2-D2 units, who drew some stuff for the art gallery or whatever, and then just people being themselves, wearing. Some of the T-shirts I see people choose, like the outfits that people choose to wear, it's just funny. I like watching people, because we are also kind of, I don't know, art in a way, if you believe that. But
yes, 100%.
It's interesting. So
that makes me emotional.
I don't know. I'm just
thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're feeling good. We're feeling really good. Lottie's learning new skills. I am ready for a Star Wars Celebration. Going to be going live, by the way. So if you guys want to listen, in and hang out with OS, I don't know what you're doing during that time, but I'm going to be live over on Hyperspace Hangout, just doing it. I've got some real FOMO going on. I'm not able to go this year.
I'm so sorry.
And it's all good. It is all good, but I am. I will go in the future. I've actually told Lottie it's actually something that I remember I was like, told myself a long time ago. I was like, I am not going to be missing a lot. It's the pandemic was the reason I missed it. And then, one of the reasons I'm still not going. So it's just crazy. Yeah. But we'll get there and we're going to watch it. And so if you guys want to hang out and talk Kenobi, or you guys want to just enjoy some good hangout time, I think we're going to be trying to make some Star Wars drinks and Star Wars food maybe or something. Just little snacks or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If it's left up to me, it's going to be real. I'll take some pictures of, I'll post it on Instagram, some of the stuff that we design. I know it's not really like Tolkien or Lord of the Rings, but to me it's a big celebration. So it'll be fun. Okay, just thinking here. So, okay, we went down and I'm not really sure, just depending on how this edit comes out, whether we're gonna we have some advice from Winnie, some really cool stuff. We got a little, we get the kids down there talking, wanting to podcast or whatever, which I think was really cool. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure whether we cut that up at the beginning or in the middle here, but you guys are gonna hear that at some point, or maybe you already have. And either way, I just love that little conversation we had, and I think it's so sweet hearing their little voices, on the podcast. I've always thought that was cool. Yeah. And I love that Winnie's just, all about podcasting is fun.
Yeah, she grew up with that.
Yeah, she's grown up with the podcast. Get the mics out, fire them up, let's go. So that's a lot of fun. And then we were just kind of sitting on the couch, and we had Lane and Sarah were sitting together, and then we were over on the other side on the other couch, and just really talking about this movie, getting Lane's thoughts while we were down there. Kind of just tossed him a microphone. Only had two, so it was just really him and me, and then we tried to kind of pass it back between you and Sarah a little bit or whatever. But it was good. It was a good little chat, and just to kind of get his thoughts on the Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you guys here's
Is that your impression of Bomber?
Oh my gosh. That's, by the way, with the way we're recording this, we've actually already recorded our thoughts on Desolation of Smaug, part 2. Someone did ask me to do a Bomber voice in that. And I guess maybe he's like, I don't know. Maybe that is what he sounds like. I don't know. I have no idea. If anybody has any good Bomber impressions,
record them and send them in.
Yeah, please.
We'll play them.
I promise you we will play them. I promise. So, yeah, because that was kind of funny. So, anyway. No, what we're going to do, we're going to turn this over. We're going to send this down to Amanda. And, we're going to turn this over to old Trotter. We are recording up in here.
Wow.
This is what you call...
It's been a while.
Interesting what's probably interesting for Winnie is that she doesn't have the headphones because we don't have, like...
that's true.
She's used to be sitting at the table where she can hear herself. And even then, it kind of mesmerizes you a little bit.
See, this is the cool thing, though. When you don't have the headphones, you have to wait to see how you sounded.
Yeah.
You want to try?
Which is crazy. Yeah, it can't be a good thing.
It can be. And also kind of scary, too. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. We're sitting around. We got Goldberry here. We got Rosie Cotton in the Shire. We got the old boys. And we got these
Winnie the Wise.
Beautiful young ladies here. Yeah. And we got the King of Gondor upstairs resting. Is he asleep, Sarah? Is he asleep, honey?
Just be careful with the...
Almost.
Do
you want to say something? Go ahead.
Didn't you say there's something wise that she said? Who is you?
Want me to tell it? You want to say it? So we were talking about Lord of the Rings. We had some alone time last night, and I was like, you know who the real hero of Lord of the Rings is? It's Sam Gamgee. And I was like, there's lots of heroes, and when he was like, Dad, the real hero is Gandalf.
Yeah.
And the way she said it, and the way, I don't know, my state of mind even too, I was like, whoa. Wait a minute. I was very open to her answer. I didn't know what it was going to be. So I was like, okay, she is going to tell me the real hero. And she was like, because he saves them. I was like, Gandalf? And it was like she was reading from a script. Man, it's been a while. Gandalf beat because he saves them. And I was like, man, like,
yeah.
It never hit me like that before. And I in my head I'm thinking, I'm going through like all our conversations in the past. Yes. Yeah. And she even went on to say, hey, baby. She even went on to say, saved because he saved them from the dragon.
Yeah.
And I think she was talking about the Balrog.
The Balrog,
Balrog?
Yeah.
But I'm like, dragon also works.
It does. They were called kind of dragons.
He's done both. I don't know. I was going through my head. I'm like, have we ever talked about this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think we had ever thought of it in the terms of like he is the first domino. Yeah. Or he's the finger that knocks all the dominoes down. Like without him, Aragorn isn't, prompted and encouraged the same way. The hobbits aren't utilized powerful. Like
the most powerful.
Yeah,
and
and so it was. But
amazing. It had nothing to do with his power. It was just the sacrifice. It's just like
it's humility too.
It's
right?
all of the,
Yeah.
The
downfall of Saruman wasn't his lack of power. He was hubristic, right? Like he was self-important and everything.
So Winnie, that's really cool. So Gandalf is like the hero. He's the hero. I love that.
Do you want to talk about anything?
Yeah.
It can be anything. It doesn't have to be Lord of the Rings.
How's your day been, Winnie?
Good.
It's been good? Yeah. What have you done today?
Well, I've been playing.
You've been playing? Have you been playing with your sisters? Yeah. And then you went up and played with your brother earlier. Yeah, I saw that.
What was the thing? What's the thing swing on out there? You guys call the ship. What is that thing called?
A whale.
Yeah, we know we had a whale come underneath the ship, didn't we?
Under the ship.
We were on the hammock, and we had a whale come underneath there. And that was
Do you remember what happened with Daddy this morning?
He said, come here, Ruth. And then he fell off.
I knocked my crock off.
He just fell right down.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You want to talk too?
That was funny.
So did you, Uncle Ez?
I did too.
Yeah.
I did, Winnie. Thank you for reminding me. I did fall down.
It was like watching myself back in time.
That was the slowest fall I've ever.
Your butt's gonna catch and it's gonna like.
I was like, oh, it's got me.
And it doesn't. You're just whoa. It just keeps sliding up. That was crazy. Back, yeah.
Did you see me fall, Winnie? Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's great. Wasn't it?
That's crazy. Yeah. So we played in the ship. Lottie kind of rocked the ship a little bit for us, didn't she? Yeah.
And you said, rock you to sleep.
Rock my baby in the treetops.
I thought he was going to fall asleep.
Yeah, it was great. I almost did fall asleep, yeah.
Say something, Charlotte Jean?
Hobby. Gotta go home.
Hobby go home.
Hobby go who? Huh?
Okay, all right. The hobbits go home.
They go home? How did
Are you making a language right now?
Here.
T-A-R-L.
Gaga go peeky.
Tarlop?
Gaga go peeky.
Gotta go peeky.
I thought she said she had. We were taking a pee break. Is what I thought was happening. Which is very much like very very normal for the podcast. Is that what Gandalf sounds like? Does he speak a different language when he's talking to the moth?
Gandalf.
No.
You talk to Uncle Ez about
Charlotte, you like Gandalf?
Yeah.
Why do you like Gandalf?
I guess he's nice.
He's nice? Because he's nice. Yeah, Winnie, who's your favorite character? Who do you like the most? Is it Bilbo? Is it Frodo?
Frodo.
You like Frodo?
Yeah.
Why do you like Frodo? Is it because he has the ring, or because he's strong, or because he's nice?
Because he has the ring.
He's got the ring, and he has to take it to Mordor and all that. Yes. Okay, I like that. Oh, you think you're a hobbit?
I'm his size, and I have bare feet, and I walk around like bare feet every time.
So you're like a hobbit. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do have curls.
You got the curls. Yeah.
You like to eat a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like to eat Hobbit food.
Oh, you do? Oh, we
Yeah.
love Hobbit food, yes.
I like to eat watermelon. That's Hobbit food.
That's Hobbit food, yeah.
Charlotte's getting ready to go to sleep. When Charlotte's tired, this is what she does.
I know, Mama.
You're not tired?
We'll say good night. We'll say bye, everybody. Say bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
See.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. See you. Okay, good job.
All done.
Night.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go get our toothbrush.
Nighty.
We're all done.
Nighty.
It's all off. God. Yeah, so we're here.
We're here.
We out here.
And we are here.
What are we doing with this? Is this like an what is this?
This is going to be the intro to the next episode.
The intro to the next episode.
So
and
I'm
you guys
just gonna
will be watching Two Towers.
We're watching. Right. No, we're watching.
Lord of the Rings.
I'm going to be cutting. I'm going to be cutting all this up to make this work.
Oh yeah, no, you're in the Hobbit.
We're in the Hobbit, man.
I was thinking this would be a great analogy though. The two couches.
This is Desolation of Smaug.
Desolation. I would like. Okay. Here's one.
Go ahead.
I would like to interview Peter Jackson, but not for the reasons you would imagine. I would like to ask him why he's the only person on Earth who is an English language speaker,
right?
Who says Smaug.
Smaug.
The Desolation of Smaug, and everyone's like, "Yep, we'll follow this guy, no problem."
Well, actually, it's interesting.
If he says it's Smaug, we're all going to say Smaug. No one in the movie goes, "Oh, we're going to the lonely mountain, and there lies Smaug."
Yeah, Smaug.
No one else says it like that.
Someone who's close to saying it that way, but she's not a native English speaker. How do you say it, sweetie? How do you say it?
Smaug.
See, that's what
he
puts it. He says Smaug. He also says
Schmoog.
He also says Schmiegel. He says Schmiegel. So my thing is he just love the SH blend? Is that what it is? Digraph?
Maybe.
Is he obsessed with it?
Yeah.
Does he say I would like some shopper for dinner?
I'd like a coffee. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so Desolation of Smaug, Smaug. Wow, this is a good movie. I think honestly, because I remember I was actually thinking about this rant. My brain is so strange how it works. Like we were here today, and I was thinking, what's something I could record for Ez that I enjoy from this movie that he could clip in? Because I know you said you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And one of the main things that comes to my head is, not even like the revelation or the revealing of Smaug. It's the score.
Yeah.
That Howard Shore. Wow, I never realized how weird that is.
Shore.
Are you going to shore this film for us? Well, how would Peter Jackson say that? Howard Score.
Score.
So the score that Howard Shore develops for that portion of Bilbo creeping in. First of all, going down the tunnel, I believe it's like silent.
Yeah.
Which in those movies doesn't happen very often. I mean, it does happen, quite a bit, but most of the movie is scored with music. Yeah. So But the types of instruments and sounds that he creates, I love because they're very like, I don't know if this is the right term to use. It's not. It's not.
How did she already knew what you were going to say.
Very like Eastern sounding, like cymbals and gongs and
we're in the East,
which makes you think of what? Dragons.
Okay.
Like the Chinese year of, one of them is the year of the dragon. Like dragon lore is huge in like Eastern Asian cultures.
Yeah. We wonder why. Sorry.
No.
But like sometimes you wonder where does all those stories come from?
And then why is it also in like England with like St. George killing the dragon? Dragons are throughout, like it's.
Would it have been related to the dinosaurs?
Yeah, maybe like finding. But then I'm like, are there what were the remnants? Are they talking about alligators? Are they talking about Komodos? Komodo dragons?
Wait, can I ask you a question on one thing? So
we're
talking about dragons. You know so we're going back a movie. Okay, when it all opens right at the Lonely Mountain, and Thorin's running past Balin, and he's just like, it's almost like he I think he yell dragon first, then he pauses for like dragon. He's like dragon.
Yeah,
and he pauses. He's like dragon, bro. Let's go. Like,
it's a
you
dragon.
remember that part? Like
dragon. Yeah, he's like,
is he dragon?
Dragon.
Yeah, at first he's real calm, just like it's a dragon.
Yeah,
and then like roll with me, like
let's get everyone in. Panic.
Sorry, you mentioned the dragons. I was thinking back. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah.
But the music he creates there is absolutely beautiful and so different from.
Yeah,
it's a little unsettled. We are monitoring Vigo. If you're wondering why we're talking about, so sort of like very different from. She sees his passy. That's all he needs. Very different from like any other sounds we hear in any music.
Right.
Like I think if you watch it and listen to it, you'll be like, yeah, it doesn't sound like anything else in Middle Earth we get ever again.
Right.
It's just kind of cool that he saves it for that.
Yeah, use something special to distinguish.
I mean, he's the only dragon we ever see.
Right. Yeah.
So
well, unless you're talking to Winnie.
That's true.
And then there's other dragons out there. She's actually
Balragan.
Correct on.
She is.
She's actually kind of correct.
So I guess to be specific, I mean in the films, the only dragon what's created so far.
Yeah. Well.
So, but yeah, I love how it opens, like with that whole flashback in Bree, which is really cool.
Yeah. We
get the prancing pony again.
Yeah.
You know, we get Peter Jackson chomping the carrot again.
Crazy.
We get a little bit of just Gandalf, because we never see Gandalf and Bree.
Yeah.
Until then, and it's kind of cool to think about him being there, and because he's supposed to meet them there, and he's been there lots of times. And
you're right. That's a good point. That's a really cool.
So that's a cool opening, and then how it transitions to like Bilbo. He's talking about a Hobbit in the Shire, and Bilbo's head pops up and everything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's good. That's a good moment.
But yeah. And then the way I love the way this film ends too, with just that. Oh God!
The desolation,
Smaug flying out, and him saying, "What?" Because desolation doesn't happen until doesn't happen until the next movie. It's how the next movie opens.
Right.
The Battle of the Five Armies.
Five Armies, yeah.
That's a lot.
Right.
In a single movie, right?
Yeah.
But that is just like him. I can't remember what he says, but death, I think, is the last word, and it just cuts out. You just
crazy. And they caused all of that. Thorin, come on.
I know. I've always.
Was it worth it?
His voice. Yeah.
Smaug's voice.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Okay. So interesting. I don't know how I feel about Benedict Cumberbatch. So I loved when the Sherlock show came out.
Did you know they didn't get along? I didn't know they didn't really get along.
Who? Yes, like you and me.
Yeah.
Him and Martin Freeman?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, there's like some edginess between them two. Like, yeah, there's a whole thing on it.
I think they're friends.
Sorry about that.
I think they're friends. I think you need to fact check that one.
I think you need to fact check.
Who told you that?
No, I don't know where I saw it, but I read it somewhere.
Is this recent? Because I think one of the only reasons he wanted to work on that film is they were doing Sherlock together at the same time. And he was like, I mean, that'd be kind of cool. And Martin was like, yeah, Benedict would be great.
Huh, interesting. I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I think people were like, when he got married, they were like, why didn't he invite, what's his name? Yeah.
Martin Freeman?
Yeah.
Or other way around.
Yeah, why didn't he invite Martin Freeman?
Martin never got married to,
Yeah, so like
they were partners.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I could be wrong about that.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. It's just...
Well, maybe they're not friends anymore.
Yeah, no.
Maybe they had a falling out or something. Because like The Hobbit was filmed like
Sherlock
decade.
Sherlock is so good.
It came out a decade ago. It was filmed like 13 years. Sherlock
That's
is great
crazy.
until like that last season, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. Anyway.
Right. But his voice is great.
His voice is great.
Smaug. Yeah.
I did like that he did mocap.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
He did as much of the movements as he could, which is cool. I like also that he's humble enough that he went to Andy's circus and was like, "How do I do this?
Yeah.
You know, what tips you have? You did create a golem, you know."
Right.
And I think Andy Serkis said, "Start with the movements."
Okay.
Which makes me think of who? Shane Runge.
Runge.
Talking about the breath, right?
Yeah.
Finding your breath.
Yeah.
And then building a character around how you breathe.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Like and the way he explained it, he's like they would all breathe in different ways. An orc would breathe differently from a man, would breathe differently from a, the Witch King.
That was wild talking to him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
cool,
those are the main things that point. Like in finding Lake Town is cool.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Of the three, is that like of the three movies? Just before I let you go here on this, what?
I gotta leave in like 5 minutes. Anyway. My rider's up, and my agent's got me to run.
They got you booked everywhere.
Run to something else. Yeah. I gotta go to my other Lord of the Rings podcast.
Oh well, tell Prancing Pony we said hi. So no, they're great.
No, it's the Tolkien professor.
Oh, you're with him now.
No, I am him. What's my name? Rory Olson.
Roy Olson. It's back on the show. No, but like of the three, which one do you like more?
Which one do I like the best?
Yeah.
It's the first one.
The first one, yeah. Me
too. I don't know what it is with me in the first movies.
The Battle of the Fifth Army. Wow, the Battle of
the Bible of the Farth Armor.
the last one. I like. It's growing on me. That one grows on me.
I think the thing that freaks me out the most about the last one is those worms that come out. I just think of Dune every time. Like the original Dune, like the worms that come out and like eat people and stuff.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like this is a lot going on in this battle. Is he awake, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Just get round two.
Round two.
But yeah, I do like that. I do like the last one.
Yeah.
I feel like the one. It's not even a gripe. I don't want to say it's a gripe. I'm just bummed that Billy Connolly, who's the actor who played Dane Ironfoot, like they didn't actually use his face. They CGI'd. It's an entire I don't know if they CGI'd onto Billy Connolly or if Billy just never filmed anything. He provided the voice, but never filmed. Like it wasn't him.
Wow,
it's not him.
Well, couldn't tell. Didn't know.
It's really weird.
That's cool.
I've always thought he's a cool actor and he's got a cool face and he's an old guy, Scottish dude.
Okay, it's cool.
But yeah, anyway, I like the first one the best. Just because it's the beginning of the adventure and you got all the stuff in Moria.
Yeah. Well, the song and everything. Yeah, it's cool. And all the lore with the swords and Rivendell and everything.
Like Lottie was talking about that, like whole first 45 minutes you're in the Shire. And the extended edition, you get you get him going to the market and picking up fish for dinner, and he thinks he sees Gandalf. And it's
while we got you on here,
yeah,
can we ask you, what did you think about the Belladonna Took Gandalf relationship? Am I wrong about that? Did you listen to this part of the?
No.
You didn't hear this part?
Catch something there? Like some
physical
touch?
When you watch this, Bilbo's patting old Gandalf with the sword on the backside.
Yeah.
Pat.
And then Belladonna does as well?
And almost. Belladonna's like, no,
touches
Bilbo,
staff?
Bilbo, come here. And she
get away from
moves
Dad.
him away. Get away from Daddy. And she
She
comes over.
she leans Gandalf's
over
son?
She gives Gandalf the biggest hug. I mean, intimate, pressed up on him.
Well, and think about a hobbit. If a hobbit's hugging a wizard,
it didn't look
that's
good.
That's like, hello.
Over all the other hobbits.
Yeah, because it's his own son.
And when he says,
my God, he's like, father,
to be good morning.
Did you guys hash this out
Belladonna's, son, my son. On the podcast, we talked. Lane, I'm telling you, like we were in the live chat.
It's typical dad who left but can't stay away. Like he wants the fun parts of being a dad, but doesn't want all the responsibility.
Yeah, and remember what he said to Bilbo? It was, what did he say? It's never been I've never been that happy to see someone or something like that.
When after Moria, he was like, Bilbo, my boy.
My boy.
he's like, I've never been so happy to see anybody else in my life. You know what I mean? Type of thing. And it's like, well, he really cares about Bilbo. Wow. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what was the physical contact between?
It was just a lean over, and it's in the extended cut where Bilbo is.
Well, that whole scene is in the extended cut,
right? Yeah. So he's like touching. He's got like a little wooden sword. He's like
hitting Gandalf. Stop!
He's turning around. Oh, get out of here! You know. And he's like, doing fireworks. I'll go ahead and fill in what wasn't there. They cut some audio, and it's like Bilbo going, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," like with the sword, and it's like, and then Belladonna's like, "No, come here. You weren't supposed to say anything. Your
dad's over here.
You weren't supposed to say anything, okay?" And then she just leans. She actually goes off screen. But she totally looks like she's embracing Gandalf. And I was instantly live while we were watching. I was like, did she just hug Gandalf? That was an intimate, excessively intimate hug. Wow. I might have been a little tipsy. I don't know.
Well, and when she does go over to him, she goes, Bilbo! She's like bounding in. She's like, get away. Like, I told you that in confidence.
I'll say this. She's bouncing into the scene and bouncing right on over into Gandalf.
And is that for Gandalf to just kind of look at it and go, okay.
Oh, Belladonna. All right. I mean, I was like, I've never saw it. And then once we saw it, I was like, wait a second. Throughout the movie, we kept going, he loves Bilbo. He is, like sending his son on a journey.
Well, they even, they go into the West together.
Yeah, man.
At the very end.
He and Dad go on
into
like
the Undying Lands with his son.
He references Belladonna to be good morning by.
You guys look up any kind of theories?
Wow.
No, this is totally film theory.
Tolkien would be rolling in his grave.
He'd be rolling his grave right now.
But you know what? This is a Jackson thing. We got to pin this on Peter Jackson again. The guy who calls Smaug.
Yeah,
he's a genius.
Go look up the Belladonna Took actress and everything, and then there's stills of her with Gandalf. It's like, dude, I was like,
wait, for real?
Just like behind the scenes stuff, them kind of like, gosh. Yeah, it's so wild. Because you're taking pictures with the actors and stuff.
My mind's blown right now.
Yeah, I thought it was quite highly interesting. And
did you know that the Hobbit feet in the Hobbit, are actually these prosthetics that you pull on, and they're like the full length of the leg? Did you know that? Did you know why? Ez?
No, I don't know why. Please, this is
because. If you would have watched the appendices, like a good boy, The Lord of the Rings, there's an entire 45-minute special called "A Day in the Life of the Hobbit."
Wow, are you serious?
And they had to be, because of the way their ankle was bent, they had to be standing. So, Sean Astin, Billy Boyd, Don Monahan, and Elijah Wood would have to get up at 3:30 in the morning, 3:30 or 4.
Didn't even make it.
Yes. See, look, she knows.
It's unbelievable.
So they would have to stand.
I have not seen the appendices.
At 4 a.m. in the morning, they'd have to stand up for 2 hours or something and have these things glued on and then like painted and I don't know if they're standing that whole time, but for certain parts of it, they had to be standing.
Now, did they use their real like toe hair and stuff for that? Like, they
just pulled it straight through? Okay,
so
they pulled it straight through.
All right.
But then they were like, they couldn't be reused either, I don't think. I think the ones that are in the Hobbit, when they slip on and off, I think they can disinfect those and reuse those. Yeah. And the dwarves actually have, like, their forearms and hands are also that same type of prosthetic.
So you're saying when they did it in the Hobbit, they did it so that way they wouldn't have to remake them as often, right? Is that the thing?
Yes.
That's why they went knee-high or something?
Because it would just take so much time. And it was just easier. Cool. They could just slide them on like a sock.
There you go.
And the paint would stay on, or they could create it so the paint and the hair, it's crazy. Like when you think about
good old Tammy Lane.
Yeah, for real.
Shout out
for real, Tammy Lane. I think she did dwarf stuff, but I'm sure she helped with.
She was lead.
She was the head prosthetics. Yeah. She would have been in charge of all of it.
That's just wild. So because the X-ray, we were talking about that in the episode, which was like it only tells you so much.
I've never even used that before. Is it pretty cool?
Well, it brings up random general trivia and information, and I was like. It's like on the side when you're watching. It's like a little as you go watch through the movie, it'll flash like this X-ray like knowledge.
Pretty much,
just on Amazon.
Would it pretty much just tell me everything I know anyway?
Yeah, basically, if you knew the appendices, you'd understand why this was saying what it said.
So it's literally incorporating the appendices into the film.
Kind of, but it's also
that's genius.
It's almost like it made this note about the Hobbit. It's more like it's. The fact that it gave me had no context to it with the Hobbit feet. Like now you gave me the context.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But I mean, that's something they would have. So it's literally factoids they take from the appendices or something.
Right. And
plop it in there.
It could also be general IMBD, facts and stuff too.
Okay.
But if you know the appendices,
Well, a lot
like
of the appendices stuff winds up on IMDb as like trivia or did you know stuff.
Yeah, because that's where you would be learning about all the
absolutely.
behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. So I just thought,
But there's a great story. They would get up in the morning. They would play music because they were just like dead.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
And Ian McKellen would be up like at similar hours.
Yeah.
And or I think they shared a trailer for a while or something, and they'd be playing music, and they would just hear him like grunting and like banging the wall. I'd be like, what? And he didn't like the music choice.
Oh my god!
So they would have to they're like, okay, well,
it's Gandalf. We got to change.
And it was like, it's so funny how similar like their actors were to.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about like the cast for Hobbit is also amazing. Like I don't know that there's. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Wow.
I don't know if there's anyone in Lord of the Rings cast as perfectly as Martin Freeman is as Bilbo in The Hobbit.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah. Yeah, they actually said in the X-ray thing, they moved filming around. They rearranged the schedule for him.
They wanted him so they took the break so that he could film Sherlock at the same time. Because I remember when this was happening. We were in college when this was filming. Yeah. I was in New Zealand when they were making these movies for my staff, my student teaching. And the only reason I was able, I think they were scheduled. What's that?
You could have been an extra.
I looked into it, and I wasn't you had to be a New Zealand,
a native
Kiwi.
Come on now.
Because they had to pay extras. And
you sound like a New Zealand.
I couldn't get paid. Yeah, I could, put on the accent. I'm here, Peter. Peter said it's Smaug. I'm here for Smaug.
See, that's exactly. I tried to do it for Lottie on the side. I was like, you got to see Lane do it in real life.
But I looked into it and I was like, no, I can't do that. And then I was just like, whatever. I mean, that's But they were filming, right? And I was like, this is so cool. And I remember being so like OCD about. I really want to go to the Shire. I really want to go to the Hobbiton, like the Hobbiton set. I got to do it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I think they're going to be because you'd be able to see like spy leaked photos of the set, and they were building it for real this time. They were building it to last, and they were getting before it was like plywood and facades and not like real, not cardboard, but close.
Wow.
And not like lasting materials. And actually, after Lord of the Rings, they took all that stuff out.
Yeah.
So it was literally just when people went and saw tours after Lord of the Rings, it was just they would go to see the hillsides and like these plywood whitewashed sort of hobbit holes. No doors, no windows, nothing. That's how much people wanted to go there.
What didn't have any like
Green Dragon wasn't there. The bridge wasn't there.
Dang.
Nothing. There weren't signs, fences.
The landscaping essentially.
They removed it. They'd taken it all out. So when for the Hobbit, they were like, let's build this, let's build it to last. People have been coming to these tours, which I think the farmer kind of did without Peter Jackson's he didn't contact him at first. He was like, I'm just going to start doing tours because it's my farm.
Yeah, yeah.
And Peter Jackson never said he couldn't. So when they went in to make it last forever for the Hobbit, they were like, okay, let's do this, but I think they came to an agreement, obviously.
Let's negotiate.
It's
a huge attraction.
And so they were like, that's cool. And they said, we'll leave everything up. And so that's
right.
But anyway, when I went, it's because Peter Jackson had he had his ulcer then.
Oh.
And so he was sick. So they had to rearrange scheduling and put it off. So when I was
filming?
No, I had no idea where they were, what they were doing. The Kiwis.
They kept it secret and safe.
They don't even care. They're like, my cousin was in Lord of the Rings. It's not a big deal. Yeah, they're like, they're just so, they have the short poppy thing where they're like.
That's such a little population compared to
4.5 million people in their country. So so they were they were all just very when the actors are here, we treat them like they're just people who live here. We're not going to make them feel weird. Right. We're not going to ask for autographs. We're not going to take pictures. And they don't really care anyway. They truly.
Big actors. Most of the extras and things were.
Yeah, there were a lot of Kiwis. A lot of the dwarves even were Jed Brophy, who's been like a million characters and stunt guys.
What's the guy in Flight of the? What are they?
Yeah.
What's his name? He's one of the elves, isn't he?
Yes, Brett McKenzie.
Yeah.
And
he's like Elrond's second.
He's in Lord of the Rings too.
Is he really?
He is an elf in Lord of the Rings.
Because he has a speaking role in The Hobbit.
He has a speaking role in Return of the King as well.
Does he really?
Very brief. He says, "My Lady Arwen." It's when Arwen's like riding away.
No, that's him. You're right. Yeah.
What you talking
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
about?
Oh, Vigo.
Yeah, but
No, it's good though. Yeah.
I don't remember where I was going with that.
Thoughts with Lane. That's all I wanted was
Sitting
some
in the
thoughts.
shadows with Strider. That'll be coming soon.
Sitting in the shadows with Strider.
It's hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm thinking about doing Sitting in the Shadows with Strider in the Shire. That's even harder to say.
That's really cool.
But
all right, one last question. What if they in Second Age show? What if they go back to the Shire? What are they going to do
this
there?
is one of the theories, right? Because
They're in New Zealand. What are they doing?
One of those characters is the proto Hobbit or whatever, right?
Are you gonna be mad if they have a proto Hobbit like they're in the Shire or something like this?
No, I don't think I'd be mad.
Would it be?
Remember how we talked about this though?
Yeah,
we talked about this. We were like, the hobbits are the heart of the story, right?
Right.
And so without a Hobbit race or without a Hobbit character,
who you connect to?
Who are we like? Elves, okay, and like Numenorians, okay, but they're kind of like partially elf anyway. They're weird,
right?
You know, they're special,
right?
Not the baddies. We're not going to get down with the baddies, right?
Right.
I don't know, but it's funny that it's like, did they hear us? Payne and McKay, like,
did they?
We got to write in a Hobbit, guys.
We got to.
The guys are talking about it.
Yeah.
They're right.
They listen to old Lane and Ez.
They're
say,
right.
Hey, yeah.
We're not going to let them know.
Proto Hobbit.
We're not going to give them an interview yet.
Right.
They're right. We need some hobbits in here. It'd be kind of cool. I mean,
because you're in New Zealand. I wonder, wouldn't it be crazy to? You're right there.
You mean use the set of Hobbiton? Is that what you're telling?
They'd have to. They can't really, can they? Because it's all doctored up,
and it wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to find something. Well, I mean, here's the other thing too. Like that part of the.
Now wait a second.
This is post flooding. Yes, Second Age is post flooding, or reshaping, or whatever.
Right.
So it would the
so
lands
that
would be
region's there, but it's not necessarily
populated.
Yeah.
Someone is yelling at us right now. You guys don't know that. Have you not looked at page 7I4?
No, but I mean that's
Prince like, Pony knows this stuff. Tolkien professor does too.
Yeah, anyway, I just think it's like, what are you gonna, I mean,
I don't know. It'd be interesting
because you really can't if they can't change any of that stuff. It's a park and stuff. Like you really can't go there now. You can't really do anything there.
That would be. I don't think that what they need to do is what we've been talking about. We need a concerning Hobbits show, which is very Downton Abbey like, where we follow the
drama,
everyday,
the ins and outs,
mundane drama life of the Hobbits. And I messaged you this. And I think this is a decent premise. You center around the old Took.
Yeah,
the old Took telling stories.
Yep,
about things that have happened to Bilbo. Telling young little Bilbo,
these stories,
histories and stories of and this is where his Tookish side is awakened, and you can stay in that can be your baseline timeline.
Right,
you can see young Bilbo. You can see because it wouldn't have to be Martin Freeman. It could be a little kid. Find a good kid actor. Find someone to cast as Bullroar Took. The old Took.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting time too because like you do the whole like Goblin King thing where he hits the Goblin
game of golf
head
is created.
Golf and ball is created, and then you could do flashbacks to all these different times when the
Belladonna's
escapades,
what's going on with Gandalf,
Olorino, Mithrandir,
in the new show.
Ian McKellen. No, I don't think they haven't. No,
he said he would come back, but here's the cool thing:
you
make this concerning hobbits, he could come back.
He's there. He could do it. Yeah,
he might. Hopefully, I mean, we got to get on this.
Yeah,
well, we're losing time with
the rights to the Third Age. That they're trying to keep it with the War of the Rohirrim. Like, do a Hobbit show.
Yeah,
like
then you could do stuff
down.
like, dude, you could do a whole like 3-episode arc on the really bad winter.
Yeah,
where it actually snowed, and the river froze, and the wolves came in.
Yeah, what was the year for the year 1492?
1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. 1429.
It was 29. Was it the year of the beer that they had?
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
dude, and then you could experience the floating log.
Yeah,
you could go to the golden
that's all
perch.
I want is to see them fish.
And like
being tempted by water.
Wouldn't it be awesome to see the great Smeals and like the giant? Isn't that what it's called? What's the big No, Brandy Hall. Go see Brandy
yeah.
Hall. Can you imagine that on screen? And then you could have like the Hobbits. Like you could have a couple episodes where they go to Bree and explore. Or there's something that takes them there. Or
one episode, Tom Bombadil shows up or something.
Oh my! Now you're talking, bro.
On.
Or like the forming of the hedge.
Money.
The forming of the hedge.
Yeah,
the battle with the Hjorns.
Yep.
Like the burning of the old forest. This would be people would love.
I know.
This.
I know.
And it could be
the freaking Entwives pass through.
Oh
I mean,
my
dude,
gosh!
They're sitting on a gold mine of money. Well, you guys can't. You can't change stuff. You can't add. Look at what the Second Age is doing.
Do we ever go to the North Farthing?
I'd love to.
What's in the North Farthing?
I would love to.
Like, and that there's. Did you know that in the very middle of the farthings is it's called the Farthing Stone, the 4 farthing stone. It's like this big
pillar,
upright rock that marks this is the center of all 4 farthings.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's just
Tales of the 4 farthings.
Like, there's just so much you could do. Like you said, the Downton Abbey series. If even just like a new Hobbit rolls in to Hobbiton from the North Farthing. Who is this guy?
Hopefully, people understand what we mean by that is like similar format where you follow characters.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
You get to know characters really well, and they come in and out, and they develop, and you're like you fall in love with these
little romances happening.
Yeah, we're not focused on big battles.
We're
not focused on other races.
Someone wants to start a new business here, and this person's got it's a little
no elves. Like elves can come in and out, right?
Some dwarves walk past or whatever.
Right,
we just,
but we're focused on the hobbits instead of like the hobbits embarking on some journey somewhere else.
Right.
And then you film in Matamata in New Zealand.
Yeah.
You go to other places in New Zealand that could be other parts of the Shire.
I think
this is gold, man.
It is gold. I'm with you on that, and I would love it. Yeah. Sincerely love it. Well, so, oh gosh,
Jeff Bezos, we could just buy something on Amazon and put a little note that says, "Let's talk to Jeff."
You think is that how it works?
Probably. If
we buy an audience,
if we buy a copy of The Hobbit, I bet he's notified every time.
Wow. All right. Well, hey guys, that is.
I mean, my eyes hurt. Your eyes hurt?
Yeah, my eyes hurt too. That's keeping up with Strider over there. And I'm looking at. Yes. Can I help? Yeah.
Just real quick, like why I asked you before, like how do you like Smaug's voice?
Oh yeah,
is because people love his voice in German. I want you to listen to it real quick. Like if you,
this is Benedict Cumberbatch. This is a German actor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a voice actor.
Cool. Let's hear it.
And I just had his voice in my head, and I actually don't really know what the English voice looks.
Oh my gosh.
Like. So I don't know if you what you like.
So a lot of you hearing
how loud should I like?
Benedict's. Yeah.
Okay. It's just a few scenes.
That's way better. That dude should have had the job.
It's like a super deep voice.
Yeah. Holy, that doesn't even sound real. That is spine tingling. That almost reminds me of
Okay, that was really good.
Of Azog. That sounds like Azog's voice almost.
Yes, it does a little bit. It does. Yeah,
but
that was really good. That was really good. Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That is the thing about Benedict. It's not
yeah.
His timber's like not as low as that guy's. That guy's like
He's
the timber line. He's at the bottom of the tree.
That's interesting to think about. Yeah, how people watch stuff with different, different voice actors and a whole different thing, right?
Yep.
You know,
one thing about how many languages you can watch these movies in.
Right.
When we saw that Harry Potter, it's like expecto patronum, and then in German it's like expecto patronum, and then the other language was like ha ha ha. I don't even.
Yeah, I think it was a joke, and they were trying to do some Spanish or whatever. They're just like, expecto. They just went nuts. It was totally.
Oh, it's awesome!
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh!
Because you know what they're what they're saying in your language, and so to hear it slightly different languages, then you hear like what?
Because think about how much of movies is obviously just an image and a sound paired together. It's like that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I will say just
Yes.
reflect on the previous film. I guess in this movie too. I do love that character Azog,
Yeah.
and it's kind of disturbing how much I'm like the older I get, the more I think when I'm like 80.
Did I say that in the last episode?
I'm gonna look just like him, dude.
Did I bring that up?
He is my lookalike now.
I think I brought it up on the side, or I might have brought it up in the podcast.
Like
it's
my
one of those things where
ears?
mentally I'm like, I wonder if I should, like.
And if you notice today, I've got a scratch here.
Yeah,
I've got another one here. I don't know where these scratches are coming from.
Dude, you got to be careful.
What if you come here to the Shire one day? I'm in the
You're
back,
just full,
and I've got
Azog.
like a wolfhound, and I'm sitting on its back, and I'm like,
What if you lose your hand in some crazy thing, and you have like you run a spike back through your elbow?
I go get part of the fence, and I just shove it through my arm, and I'm like, Dashkarum, Dashkarim.
Dude, that's really good.
That's what I do.
First of all, if you ever got an elbow from Azog,
You're
done.
gone.
You're
Why doesn't he just walk around elbowing everybody?
I would just he's got that. It's coming out the back.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
just
It's
like,
the spites. So that
crazy.
character, and then also like I do. Oh man, that's okay. I love the origins of Oakenshield when he just grabs that branch there.
That is
and then,
cool. Yeah.
And then later, how you see him affix like in the time of the company when they're going on the adventure.
Yeah.
He's put like metal pieces on it. Like the way Weta thinks things
Yes,
out, you're like
thinks through that.
Oh, like he would have taken that branch
Right, the evolution.
and
Yeah.
added all these things onto it.
Right.
Man.
I remember when he loses the Oaken Shield in the last episode.
you're
I
like-
was just,
Well, he just like slides off his arm. You're like, no.
right, yeah. It's like, so who is he now?
Right.
Thorin?
Just Thorin. Not even under the mountain.
Yeah, it's like, who's this guy?
Not even king under the mountain. He's
You
just
did
Thorin.
look like Thorin today with that blue
blue
hood
hoodie.
on. Yeah, it was good. You had the blue hoodie and the hood up, and he really is a blue hooded.
Is it? Does he have it in the movie? It's not as blue in the movie though.
No,
it's like kind of
it's a
furry
real
and stuff.
dark. If there is
That
a tint of blue, probably, but
I have been reading The Hobbit to Winnie.
yeah,
We've started reading, and she's obsessed
yeah,
with it. It's really cool. But she was I was reading that portion when they're putting the hoods on the pegs and how he talks about the
Yep.
hoods. 2 blue hoods, 2 green hoods, and I was like, I sort of like wish they would have not played it up ridiculously, but played it up a
enough.
little bit. And
Yeah.
they do have different colored hoods, but it's
because it's
that's
like,
not
look,
the
what if
same.
we want to cosplay as one of these, dwarves? I mean, you know
I
what I
know.
mean,
You're not gonna be able to tell.
right? It's like,
She got a beard on or something.
right, yeah.
Lower back ponytail.
Oh, yeah. If you ever want to cosplay as me, it's gonna be real difficult. You have to dedicate for
You know, it'd be hilarious as if
You know.
you and I cosplayed each other.
as each other. Wow,
Yeah.
we could do it.
It'd be awesome. Well, it's like I'm gonna go to the village. I'm gonna dress in a disguise. I'm Ezra. I'm here for food.
Oh yeah,
Picking up
earlier.
the lane.
Yeah. Like they weren't gonna recognize. Yeah, we ordered food from the village. That's good. Got some wings in there for you, by the way.
Yeah, I need to get on those.
I know I'm kind of hungry.
This stuff always takes it out of me.
I know, me too. I'm wiped.
Such a drag. I wish we even enjoyed it.
I know.
I hate this.
I know.
Do you hate me? You do, don't you?
Been there since
Day 1.
07.
Look at you moving your foot around too. I can tell you're telling the truth.
It's like a happy dog.
Nervous tick.
I
I love you, buddy. This
I
is
love you
fun.
too.
I miss this.
Good to see you.
Yep. Good to see you too. Nice to talk to you.
Yep. All right. Well,
Call
hey,
you later. All right.
We'll see you, buddy.
Yeah. Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, friends. So yes, that was nice. Nice hearing from Lane.
Yeah.
Nice to get down there. Nice to hang out. Again, I think I mentioned it last episode, but the food was amazing.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah, we had
it was
such
so
good food. So again, Lane, Sarah, thank you guys so much. I know it was just like little snack food here and there or whatever, but it was a blast.
That was perfect.
It was really good. Had some drinks. We were outside doing our thing, and then I always appreciate Lane for his knowledge on the behind the scenes, the appendices. He's been there. Sarah's been there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they can speak from experience. Been there. We've been to Hobbiton. We've been to the Shire.
Yep.
Like that's pretty awesome. And we've yet to go. We talk about. I think we talk about this in the next episode as well too. Time traveling all over the place here, but yeah, I really do want to go at some point. I'm excited for
Yes.
that. We even got a little second age conversation in there, which was good too, just in terms of the show and everything. So really looking forward to more of that. So, friends, just to kind of refresh your memory here on the schedule as we take you out here. So we already did the rewatch for the Desolation of Smaug. That was on May 21st. On June 4th, we're going to do the Battle of the Five Armies. You guys will hear coming up next episode. We're going to have actually our conversation, Lottie and I, we're going to share our thoughts on it. And I got to go ahead and apologize because I wasn't feeling it. Remember, I was not feeling it at all for some reason. We get halfway into
yeah, the movie is just long, and
Lottie had to help me edit that because I was like, just make me sound good. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like I was just blabbering to blab. I don't even know. Like I was just out. I don't know what it was, but I probably could have ended that conversation. I probably could have said 5 minutes on the. I mean, it's a good movie, but there's just. I don't know. And now here I am blabbering again and not gone anywhere. I don't know what it was. I just really didn't. You guys will see. You'll find out next week when you get to that episode. But I just want to go ahead and preemptively say my apologies. I was a bit had some thoughts, and then sometimes I'm kind of dwindling. I was like Bomber.
It's okay.
I didn't have much to say. I was like, okay, well.
That's okay. It was a long night.
Yeah, it was.
So.
It was. So, but yeah, so that'll be June 4th. And then again, remember June 18th, we're going to have the Fellowship of the Ring. That'll be the big one. We're going to have some fun there. We're going to move everything up to the couch, I think. We're going to kind of get everything squared away up there and do our watch party upstairs. So, you want to join us live? You want to hop in the live stream on YouTube or whatever? We made some friends who we mentioned next episode as well for that. That was really cool. So, yes.
Right now, we're sticking to the 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time schedule, right? Or do you want to move it the next one to more like a nighttime event?
Yeah, some people were saying, wouldn't it be nice to kind of like set it up to where we're watching it before bedtime? Mm-hmm. And I don't know how that would work out for certain people. So I'm all for it because normally we like watch it and it's like 3 hours later and I'm like, no way I can sit down for an hour and a half or 2 hours and record.
Right.
Like I'm already, I don't know.
Yeah.
Although I think we will have more energy or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just something about like the sun's out when we do that in the morning and all I want to do is just get up and run outside, So, maybe we'll do something.
Why don't we do a poll?
There we go. Yeah, we'll do a poll. Yeah, to see if anybody wants to kind of
vote. And if no one votes on it, we'll just decide if we feel like doing it in the morning.
If we get absolutely 0 votes, then I guess we'll have to decide on our own. Darn it.
Yeah, that's how it is.
No. Okay, cool. So we'll do that. And then, remember I'm kind of leaning in favor of that later time slot. So I like my pancakes in the morning, but I wouldn't mind having something to drink late at night and watching these movies. So
especially the Hobbit movies.
Yeah, especially Battle of the Five. And it's, it'll be summertime. So that should be great. So, all right, friends. Well, hey, thanks so much. Thanks again to Lane and Sarah, for hopping in and helping us out with this episode and for, Winnie, Ruthie, Charlotte, Vigo. I mean, just love them all.
Love you guys.
We love you. We love you. We love all of you listening. If you guys have a chance, pop over, like the Facebook page. I know people have been a bit more active in the Facebook group, which is kind of cool. That was pretty neat. I've seen people in there asking about where the T-shirt's at, asking for, just different things. Are we going to have, these watch parties? Some people are enjoying them. They want to kind of come in, hang, talk, whatever.
Oh, please do. We enjoy it so much when people...
So much more fun.
Talk about the movies, talk about anything that's going on in their lives right now. That's like the best part, actually.
Yeah. Also, just remember, you guys probably know more about the movies than I do. Clearly, Lane's always... somebody... We were in the... we were watching this last one, and somebody mentioned all the little cameos, and I'm like, what? Who cameo?
Yeah,
right?
that was amazing.
And Lane brought it up. Peter Jackson in the with the old carrot in the beginning of this, but Stephen Colbert at the end. As the spy. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, so those are fun. When you guys join in, that would be great. And we just like hanging out, with good people, good Hobbit folk.
Right.
Yeah. So we want to thank you for going on another adventure with us. Next time, we'll be diving into the Desolation of Smaug Part 2.
If you like the podcast, don't forget to subscribe, like them, write them a review, or send them a Shadowfax.
We will see you next time, and remember that we know, and Bilbo...
He knows.
And Winnie especially knows. Okay? He knows what's up.
Yep.